Today we have Marcel with us. Marcel is a German. He recently got to spend 5 to 6 months in Pakistan and he wants to go back to Pakistan. Currently he's in Germany. And today I would like to ask him the big question, which the whole of Pakistan wants to know maybe. Why Pakistan?
Yeah, first of all, yeah, I'm back in Germany and life is very sad here. It's grey, it's cold, it's miserable. So, to all the Pakistanis who want to come to Germany, don't come.
Oh, okay.
There are lots
Right.
of opportunities in Pakistan.
Why did you decide to go to Pakistan?
Yeah, so to be honest, I did not know much about Pakistan before, but I was in Saudi Arabia. I traveled around there for like 3 months and I was hitchhiking, and a lot of Pakistanis, they always picked me up. And they were always so nice. They treated me for chai, for like food, and even invited me to their houses. And we became really good friends with some of them. And everyone told me like, you have to go to Pakistan. It's like the best country. It's very beautiful. And Pakistanis are like very patriotic people. I really like to see that they love their country so much. And I became really good friends with, his name is Amir. And he said I can even stay with his family in Karachi and Faisalabad and Sialkot. So then I decided to go there. I booked a flight and yeah.
So now that you're back in Germany, do you miss Pakistan?
I miss it a lot. Actually, really. So first, like in Pakistan, I was socializing a lot with people. Every single day I met new people. Especially when I was staying at Qaidi Azam University. Like so many students were introduced to me. Like I probably sometimes met like 20 or even 30 people, new people. Every day.
That's
So-
really nice.
Yeah, it was very nice, but then it was getting kind of tiring a little bit. So I was even looking forward to go back to Germany. But then once I was in Germany, like after 2 or 3 days,
You know, miss it.
I miss it. I really missed it.
Yeah.
Because in Germany, no one wanted to talk anymore. Everyone is busy with the family, with their like, career and like shit like that. But in
That's
Pakistan, people always have time to have
Yeah.
some gupchup.
because they don't work, maybe that's why they need to put themselves to some work. I mean, that's also not so good. So
So you
what?
have to find a balance, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So do you have what are your future plans? Are you planning to visit Pakistan again anytime soon?
Inshallah.
Okay, you are planning to go.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be back in Pakistan soon and even establish some businesses there. Now, especially, I think the tourism industry will start booming soon with lots of foreign visitors in the future. And yeah, it's a huge market. And I want to offer some tailored tours, especially for foreign tourists. And I love to do like extreme off-roading on a motorcycle. I love to do trekking, camping in the mountains. And I really enjoyed staying with local families and shepherds. And this is something I want to offer. So probably like 10 to 20 days tours, and to go to Chitral, for example, like very deep into the mountains. And then, yeah, camp on the way, stay with local families, have some Pakistani food, so local food from this area, stay with shepherds, and like see how their life is, and just like introduce foreigners like to this world of Pakistan, to like the remote world of Pakistan.
To the extreme raw side of it, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
That's interesting.
Without electricity,
Yeah.
no internet, no
Wow.
phone signal. So I want to show like this side of Pakistan
That would be so
to foreigners.
interesting.
They would be very curious about it, I think.
Yeah. Even many locals would be curious about it. But are you planning to arrange or have this business or startup only for the foreigners, or it would be provided or offered to the locals as well?
I think it would be mainly for foreigners probably, because I just want to show like the outside world, how Pakistan looks like. But of course Pakistanis are also welcome. But I'm not sure if this is like really what Pakistanis are much interested about. Because Pakistanis mostly, they like to stay in fancy hotels and they like to spend as much money as possible. And
That's true. That's what I've seen as well. Last time I was in Chitral, I saw this guy from Netherlands. He came all the way on a bicycle from China, and he was sleeping in his sleeping bags. He was he was eating something here and there. He didn't care about all of these luxuries, you know. He was just there to explore. But it's the other way around for Pakistanis. They want to have the best place to stay in, have the
Exactly.
best food. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true for Pakistanis.
so that's why I don't know if it's like really suitable for Pakistanis.
Yeah, that I get it. Which cities have you explored or been to so far?
So I've been to a lot of cities, to Karachi first, and then Multan, and Faisalabad, Sialkot, Lahore, and then Islamabad, in Islamabad I bought a motorcycle. So I drove all around the north. I've been to like Gilgit-Baltistan, I've been to Hunza, I've been to Chitral and the Pashtun region, like Maladan, Peshawar, and yeah, very nice.
And if you have to like pick one city, your top favorite, what would it be?
Suwabi.
Oh wow,
No,
really?
no, let me think.
Is it because that's my hometown?
My favorite city. I mean, I love Islamabad a lot. The people there are more westernized a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very organized.
That's true.
And there's still a lot of greenery around. So I think for like living, maybe Islamabad. But for visiting, I mean, all the cities I visited in Pakistan had something really nice to them. It's very hard to pick a favorite.
What were some of the most memorable experiences or moments you had during your stay in Pakistan?
So I would say my first day and my first week in Pakistan, I flew from Germany to Abu Dhabi and then from Abu Dhabi to Karachi. And when I had my layover in Abu Dhabi, I texted like the cousin of my friend if he wants to meet up for coffee or anything. But he was like, yeah, I can come and pick you up from the airport. You can stay with me, and I even didn't know him. He was just the cousin of my friend, and I told him, no, like don't worry about it because I arrived like 3:30 in the morning. It's like so early, and we can meet up later.
Oh, that was 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but
wow.
he insisted.
He was
like,
ready. Oh,
yeah,
so sweet.
But he was like, no, I will definitely come. I will pick you up. And then he really came like early in the morning to pick me up from the airport.
That's so nice.
Stranger I've never met before. And then he invited me to his house, and I stayed with his family, like with everyone. He was so open. I stayed in his house, and he even had to work the next day. He was working like at 7 or 8 in the morning, and so he came in the middle of the night to pick me up.
Wow, that's
so Germany, this would never happen.
Yeah,
when in Pakistan, it's just like the greatest hospitality, I would say. And I stayed with them, and it was a beautiful time staying with his family. They showed me around everywhere. I like ate with them all the time, and so before I was in Germany, the weather was kind of miserable. It was cold. I was getting depressed because people didn't want to socialize.
And which month was it for Karachi?
It was May.
Okay, so it would have been already too hot for Karachi, or was it okay?
Yeah, it was already quite hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it the first time you tried Pakistani cuisine?
It was the first time actually. Yeah.
So how was it? Because I'm from the northern Pakistan, so people on the northern side do not eat a lot of spices or spicy food, but it's the other way around in Karachi. So could you handle it?
Yeah, I handled it quite well, I would say. At the beginning, I didn't even get stomach problems.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, a lot of spices, especially for the biryani from Karachi is really famous. Very spicy. Yeah, but it's good. And I like the paratha in Karachi. It's a bit different. They have more like a flaky kind of paratha.
Okay, nice. I've never been to Karachi, so
you should go.
Yeah. You recommend it?
Yeah, a crazy place, but
okay.
people are very lovely there.
Right, I should add it to the list. Any difficulties or challenges you faced during your stay in Pakistan?
Not too many, to be honest. So, like I said, so when I arrived, I got picked up from the airport, and I stayed with the family for a week, and like they did everything for me. There were like not even like a probability for difficulties to occur. But then when I traveled alone, maybe sometimes I faced some difficulties, like a flat tire or maybe something else broke down from a motorcycle. But then every single time some Pakistanis came to help me. So if you face some difficulties in Pakistan, you can be sure that someone will come and help you. Even like in the middle of nowhere, some in the mountains, there are always some Pakistanis, some shepherds.
If you're lucky.
No, even if you're not lucky, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Only one time you saw the video, right?
Yeah, that was bad.
Okay, yeah, I think that was difficult. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I still have a little scar, and you can see it.
Oh, wow, it still looks bad. Did you get it stitched or something?
Yeah, so I get like 6 or 7 stitches.
Wow. So how was it like?
It was funny with the Pakistanis because it's still. So when I showed it to them, they were like, "Let's have some tea together. Let's have some food."
They didn't care about the finger. Yeah.
Look at my thumb. It's better if we go to the hospital first. They're like, but let's have some tea first.
Have you heard about this book, The 3 Cups of Tea? I forgot the author's name.
It's a book written by an American, and he came to Pakistan and then he stayed there or for
okay.
a quite long time because he loved the culture, and he especially talked about tea, how they serve you tea. So if you
Okay.
finish your first cup, they'll always pour in more because
Yeah.
one is never enough. So I wanted to ask you, normally when we plan a trip, we would book a hotel or some place in advance. How was it for you visiting Pakistan? Did you like book some place in advance or you just went by and stopped at this place randomly?
Yeah, so I mostly did it randomly. I never had any like proper plans. Sometimes I looked on Google Maps for like places that look like quite nice. And yeah, and then I just went there, and I hope that some people maybe will host me, or I also have my camp with me. So then I just was camping somewhere, but all very spontaneously. I didn't even know if there's like a proper campsite or anything. I just like drove there and like see what happened. Just like inshallah, what will happen will be good.
Inshallah, yeah. Okay, so were there any stereotypes that you had heard about Pakistan and maybe which were changed after visiting the country?
So before, I didn't know so much about Pakistan before, to be honest. But when I arrived there, you actually even have stereotypes about like the different regions in Pakistan, about Punjabis, about Pashtuns.
So what stereotype did you hear about Pashtuns, let's say?
Yeah, about Pashtuns, it's quite funny. So they're not really adapting. So Pashtuns are everywhere. And Pashtuns like to do business. So for them, it's really hard to work for anyone because they don't like to be told to do anything. They like to decide themselves. So actually, I feel a little bit Pashtun too. For me, it's hard if someone is telling me something to do this and that. And I prefer to do it by myself. And Pashtuns are like this. Mostly, they're very, very proud of their culture. So Pakistanis in general, they love their culture. But Pashtuns are extreme in this way, and they want to preserve their culture. So they will go to all these different regions, like in Chitral, for example, and people like adopt to them. So then they don't really learn Chitrali, but Chitralis will learn Pashto for them.
Oh wow! Did you learn any Pashto?
Like a little bit, yeah.
Could you maybe share?
Sange,
Sangai, okay.
Sharma Walke,
Sharma Walke, wow.
Khalid Tawade.
That's a good one,
And I
okay.
think if I go to Pakistan again, I want to learn Pashto actually. I want to learn it properly.
So what should be the budget for a backpacker in Pakistan, let's say, somebody coming from Germany to Pakistan?
Okay, so for backpackers, if you're alone, you can expect to pay like 10 euros for a hotel room. I mean, Islamabad is a little bit more expensive. But if you're outside, you can pay between 3 euros and maybe 15 euros.
But are there any hostels for travelers?
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's only one hostel, and that's in Islamabad, in like a really shitty area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still nice. You can meet a lot of other travelers there.
But is it safe for somebody to stay there, let's say a foreigner?
Yeah, it's 100% safe.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But I really hope there will be more hostels in the future in Pakistan, because this is my favorite thing about traveling, like staying in hostels. Because the hostel is like an international place where you can meet like people from all around the world. There will be
That's
like
true.
Pakistani staying, German staying, American staying, and
That's true.
yeah, and you can connect with them. You can travel together with them. Because yeah, I often travel solo, but solo traveling doesn't mean that I will be alone like all the time. Because I will stay in hostels and I make some connections there, and then I end up traveling with them for maybe 2 days, maybe for even 2 weeks or 2 months, and then yeah, they're good
That's-
places.
Is there something that one should be careful of traveling Pakistan for the first time?
Not so much, to be honest. So yeah, Islamabad especially, there you don't have to worry about anything. It's like a very, very secure city. You won't face any problems there. And Karachi, of course, Peshawar, maybe you just have to have common knowledge. Like you're in a big city, maybe don't walk around at night in some like dark alleys, like everywhere else.
Okay.
And maybe there might be some dangerous areas here and there in Pakistan, but then as a foreigner, you're not allowed to enter anyways. So if there's a dangerous area, there will be like a police checkpoint. And they say you cannot go further, or sometimes you even get like a free police escort. So they will go with them with like 5 or even 10 policemen.
Oh,
they-
really?
yeah.
Like, is it offered to all the foreigners?
Yeah, to all
Okay,
foreigners.
nice.
And you don't even have to arrange it in advance, but they will just be there on the same day. But which is annoying too sometimes. Because in some cities, in Timagada, for example, it's also in the Pashtun area, they will accompany you like everywhere.
Oh.
So you're only allowed to stay in like 2 hotels there, I think. And even if you want to get some chai or anything, you want to go outside, the policeman will sit with you.
Okay.
There will be like 2 armed securities with you.
Right. Could be because the area is not very safe, maybe.
Yeah, then because it's considered not very safe. But
So, what advice would you give to somebody who is considering visiting Pakistan in the future?
so I think you should come with an open mind and maybe don't book like everything in advance. Of course, maybe you can have your first like hotel, hostel, or Airbnb like booked before you go for like a few days. But then just be open, talk to people, ask them like where to go. Like one really good thing you can do in Pakistan is visiting universities, because like the student culture in Pakistan is like very, very open, and they're so curious about you. Because they're like, I mean, in Germany there's so many exchange students from many countries, but in Pakistan it's not very usual. And like seeing a German or American there, they're like so excited, and they're very happy to like take you in the hostel and host you and like show you around and introduce a lot of people to you. So if you go to universities, you can make like a lot of friends very easily. And the other good thing about it is that they mostly have a good level of English, so it's easy to also communicate with them. Because sometimes if you go to like random places in the countryside, maybe communication might be a problem. And maybe if you sometimes go to places without anything booked in advance, because people are very hospitable in Pakistan, they would like to like share a meal with you and even host you. That happens very often. And try to leave the touristy paths. So don't only go to Hunza and like Fairy Meadows and Kailash, but like visit some random places no one ever heard about of. Like go to like Astor is very nice. So Astor, there are so many places no one ever like went to. I was like the first foreigner, I think, in some of the valleys I went to, and they were like stunning, so beautiful. And they're even on a competitive race for the hotels. They can get a hotel for like 2,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees,
Which is how much in
like
euros?
3 to 6 euros
Wow.
for like your own hotel room.
Recently, I saw many videos on social media where foreigners visiting Pakistan and they were offered things for free. So, did something like this happen to you? Like people offered you stuff, food, maybe accommodation or anything for free?
Yeah, so I would say this would never happen in Germany, because with people like especially in the Pashtun area, and same in the Chitrali area. So it was always like that. I think I only stayed one time in a hotel, and all the other times I stayed with locals,
Oh, wow.
and they never asked for any money.
Wow.
They feel ashamed if they ask
Really?
for money. So they're like so hospitable and welcoming there. And then even like some restaurants and cafes, I mean, it's their business to like get money for selling chai and food and everything. But even sometimes they didn't ask for money. They didn't want money. Even like you try to give it to them, you really try to force it, like and force them to take it, but they still don't take it. Even this one time was crazy. I took a motorcycle taxi from Islamabad somewhere to like a bus station. It was like a probably 30 minutes ride on a motorcycle. There were 3 people, like a friend of mine, me, and the driver. And like I said, almost 30 minutes, and we arrived at the bus station. He didn't want money, but then I felt so bad because this guy really doesn't have much money. He couldn't probably not even like afford the fuel properly. But then he was like, no, there was no chance I could give him any money. I really wanted to give him money. I wanted to give him more money, but it was impossible.
Oh, wow.
And
How sweet.
And it's just like a selfless act from him, because he didn't even want my number or anything. He's just like, no money, he drove off.
Oh, wow.
So he has nothing from it.
Oh,
So
wow.
that shows like how Pakistani want like to represent the country, like how nice it is.
So, lastly, do you have any message for your audience?
You can ask me in German.
So, würdest du da... Warum lachst du?
I didn't even laugh, you started laughing.
Würdest du deinem Publikum in Deutschland empfehlen, nach Pakistan zu kommen?
Freut mich super zu hören, dass du auch Deutsch sprechen kannst. Du wohnst ja schon seit ein bisschen hier, oder?
Ja.
Ja. Ich hoffe, es gibt noch mehr Pakistaner, die auch Deutsch sprechen können. Super. Und ich hoffe, dass es ein paar Deutsche gibt, die auch Pakistanisch, also Urdu oder vielleicht Pashto lernen. Also ja, ich würde meinen deutschen Zuschauern empfehlen, nach Pakistan zu gehen. Ich glaube, sie würden da eine sehr, sehr schöne Zeit haben. Und ich würde noch empfehlen, dann Pashto oder Urdu zu lernen. Ich glaube, Pakistaner, die werden überglücklich, wenn ihr das machen würdet. Also ja, stellt euch eine Herausforderung, macht mal was anderes als die meisten anderen Deutschen und geht nach Pakistan und habt dort eine schöne Zeit, lernt die Sprache Und ja, baut euch dort was auf. Super viel Potenzial in Pakistan.
Jetzt kannst du das auf Englisch übersetzen.
Yeah, so I just recommended my German audience to go to Pakistan and even learn the language there, learn Pashto or learn Urdu, because people there would really appreciate it. Because I think it should also happen the other way around now, because now I'm sitting here with you and you're in Germany and you learn the language, you speak German. So why not any Germans going to Pakistan, settle down there, integrate, learn the language, and then there will be like endless opportunities for you there. Because I feel like Pakistan now is like at the bottom, like, so from there it can only go up, and there's a lot of potential. So I think it would be great for Germans to go and settle in Pakistan, like I said, learn the language, integrate, start some businesses there, like endless opportunities. And yeah, that's my message to my German audience.
That's very nice. Marcel, thank you for your time. It was really nice chatting with you today. And thank you for visiting.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was so much fun with you. Brother, inshallah, I see you soon again.
Thank you, brother. Inshallah.
Really, Melavani. Thank you so much for everything.
Have a good one, brother.
Allah Hafiz.
You see the trees? Okay, ganz ruhig. Ganz ruhig. Das ist aber ein sehr schöner Hund.